Have you ever pondered on the hidden thoughts of a dictator, or the riddle that resides within North Korea's elusive dictator Kim Jong-un? We invite you on an exploration into the labyrinth of intrigue that is North Korea. This nation, veiled by an intricate network of subterfuge and ingenious stratagem, poses a puzzle that has entangled the worldwide curiosity. At the heart of this mystery lies its charismatic leader, Kim Jong-un, a figure as captivating as he is enigmatic. Welcome back to Vision Vibes, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of Kim Jong-un, world's biggest dictator. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you're in the right place to learn something new and exciting. North Korea, also known as the Hermit Kingdom, is a land that has adamantly opted for isolation over global involvement. Its fortified borders stand as a stark illustration of self-imposed segregation. This, along with its regime, imparts to the mysterious allure that engulfs the nation. The impenetrable exterior of North Korea transforms it into an inscrutable black box the world is tirelessly striving to decipher. Encased in this secrecy, the black box is home to a leader who has extraordinarily succeeded in shrouding his leadership in an air of enigma. His actions, as erratic and unforeseeable as a stormy sea in combination with his unreadable demeanor, morph Kim Jong-un into a paradox that the global community persistently attempts to unravel. This video peels off the superficial layers. We plunge into the depths of the progression of Kim Jong-un's thinking process, his transition from his impressionable years to his current reign. We strive to decode the intricacies of his personality, his governing approach, and the intricate machinery of his decision-making processes. We scrutinize the environment and impressions that crafted him into the cryptic figure he is today, and how these components continue to sculpt his governance. We delve further into the peculiarities of North Korea's isolation, exploring the self-enforced barricades, both tangible and intangible. We examine that have sculpted the nation and its people, adding layers to its puzzling nature. We extend our exploration of Kim Jong-un's enigmatic personality, delving deeper into his unpredictable actions and the driving forces behind them. Finally, we embark on a comprehensive dissection of the maturation of Kim Jong-un's mindset. We chart the path of, and actions, from his early influences to the present day, aspiring to illuminate the multifaceted layers of this elusive leader. So gear up to traverse this labyrinth of mystery together, as we strive to decipher the enigma that is Kim Jong-un and by extension the riddle of North Korea. Kim Jong-un's early life was not like that of an ordinary child. Born in the indistinct period of the mid-1980s, his birth remained unpublicized for years, making his life a riddle from the very beginning. This obscured existence offered a preliminary peek into the enigmatic journey he was fated to embark upon. Being raised as the progeny of Kim Jong-il, the second figurehead of North Korea, the trajectory of his was meticulously directed towards power from his early years. This guidance was comprehensive, however. His education was of unmatched importance in this grooming process. An incredible part of his early life was spent at a boarding school in Switzerland, under a false identity. The immersion in a Western setting was a stark departure from what was familiar to the young Kim Jong-un. For a child belonging to North Korea's elite, this was an extraordinarily unprecedented, and it gave him a unique perspective. This exposure to Western ideologies and lifestyle was more than an education, it was a cultural awakening that would profoundly impact his future. An idiosyncratic aspect of Kim Jong-un's personality, noticeable from his childhood, was his deep interest. This ordinary passion offered a window into his capacity to admire elements of Western culture, a trait that seemed to starkly contradict his nation's policy of voluntary seclusion. Growing up, Kim Jong-un was deeply influenced by the towering figures of his family. His grandfather, Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea, was revered as a deity. Living under colossal shadow of such limitless adulation undoubtedly left an imprint on young Kim Jong-un, guiding him to develop a skewed comprehension of power and governance. His father, Kim Jong-il, was a formidable presence, infamous for his dictatorial rule. It's plausible to believe that his father's iron-fisted leadership style had a profound influence on Kim Jong-un. Existing under such a stifling regime, where disagreement was dealt with ruthlessly and fealty was valued above all else, palpably shaped his understanding of political rule. Moreover, the distinct culture of North Korea, typified by intense patriotism and a rigid social structure, played a crucial role in molding Kim Jong-un. The unyielding propaganda apparatus of North Korea, which idolizes its leaders to the point of deification and promotes a combative mentality, was a perpetual feature of his life. These formative years set the tone for Kim Jong-un's worldview and prepared the ground for his ensuing reign. His experiences, a combination of the commonplace and the exceptional, formed the foundation for the ruler he would eventually become. His privileged upbringing, his exposure to Western culture, and his immersion in the peculiar socio-political environment of North Korea all contributed to his ascension as one of the world's most enigmatic dictators. Kim Jong-un's years in Switzerland were more than a mere stint at a foreign school. They were a transformative period that exposed him to a world vastly different from his homeland. This chapter of his life, though shrouded in secrecy, offers an invaluable glimpse into the influences that shaped his leadership. The stark contrast between his life in North Korea and his experiences in Switzerland was palpable. The young Kim Jong-un, known by a pseudonym, lived a relatively normal life, far removed from the rigid constraints and the perpetual propaganda of his homeland. He was introduced to a society where freedom of thought and expression were not only allowed, but encouraged. This exposure to Western education and culture significantly shaped his worldview. Immersed in an environment of liberal ideologies, democratic values, and exposure to international perspectives, Kim Jong-un's time in Switzerland was a stark departure from his upbringing in North Korea. He was introduced to Western music, sports, and lifestyle, developing a fondness for basketball and popular culture. This exposure to the Western world was instrumental in shaping his understanding of global affairs and his position within that context. However, this dichotomy between his experiences in Switzerland and the reality of North Korea would later manifest in his policies. Despite his exposure to democratic values and international perspectives, his rule in North Korea was marked by a stark contrast. His governance was characterized by a fierce preservation of North Korean ideologies, punctuated with an iron-fisted rule, similar to his father's and grandfather's regimes. Yet his fascination with Western culture, a remnant of his Swiss education, often seeped into his policies, creating an intriguing blend of traditional North Korean principles and Western influences. This period of his life, though shrouded in secrecy, offers a glimpse into the influences that shaped Kim Jong-un's leadership. His experiences in Switzerland, the contrast they presented to his life in North Korea, and their influence on his policies underscore the complex character that Kim Jong-un is, making him one of the most enigmatic leaders of the modern world. Let's delve deeper into Kim Jong-un's transformative years in Switzerland. His education in the Swiss school system, known for its emphasis on critical thinking skills, had a profound impact on his leadership style. Though his rule has been marked by authoritarianism, traces of this education can be seen in his strategic decision-making and calculated approach to governance. His affinity for Western sports and entertainment, developed during these years, became a significant part of his persona. His love for basketball, for instance, has been well documented, culminating in his surprising friendship with NBA star Dennis Rodman. This fascination with Western culture also seeped into his public image and policies, with instances of Western-style concerts being held in North Korea. However, reconciling these influences with the harsh realities of North Korea was no easy task. The stark contrast between the freedom he experienced in Switzerland and the oppressive regime of his homeland created a complex dichotomy. This struggle of reconciling his experiences in Switzerland with the realities of North Korea added another layer to his enigmatic persona. These experiences, though seemingly ordinary, played a significant role in shaping the enigma that is Kim Jong-un. The Swiss chapter in his life was instrumental in molding him into the leader he is today, offering a fascinating insight into the man behind the dictator. Continuing our exploration of Kim Jong-un's Swiss years, let's look at some lesser-known aspects of this transformative period. During his time in Switzerland, Kim Jong-un was exposed to democratic principles and human rights, a stark contrast to the regime he would later lead. This exposure raises intriguing questions about his understanding of these ideals and how they clash with his authoritarian rule. His fascination with Western technology, nurtured during these years, also played a significant role in his leadership. As a leader, Kim Jong-un has made concerted efforts to modernize North Korea, introducing advancements in technology and infrastructure that are reminiscent of Western development models. These efforts are a testament to the lasting impact of his Swiss education, which exposed him to the possibilities and potential of modern technology. Switzerland's multicultural environment also had a profound impact on Kim Jong-un. He was exposed to a diverse set of cultures, ideas, and people during his time in Switzerland, which provided him with a broader perspective on the world. This exposure to multiculturalism may have shaped his views on diversity and international relations, offering a unique lens through which to view his interactions with the global community. These aspects of his Swiss education further complicate our understanding of Kim Jong-un, adding more layers to his enigmatic persona. They shed light on the paradox of his rule, characterized by an authoritarian regime with traces of Western influence. These influences, however subtle, offer a fascinating insight into the man behind the dictator, challenging our perception of him and adding depth to his complex character. Let's continue our journey through Kim Jong-un's Swiss years, focusing this time on his exposure to Western technology. Kim Jong-un's fascination with computers and the internet began during his time in Switzerland, a country known for its technological prowess and innovation. He spent countless hours exploring the world of technology, delving into the intricacies of computer systems and the vast potential of the internet. This early exposure to the power of information technology was not just a pastime for the young Kim Jong-un. It was also an introduction to the potential for control that technology could offer. He saw firsthand how information could be disseminated and manipulated using technology, and how it could shape public perception. Fast forward to his reign, and we see this fascination translate into a strategic focus on technology. North Korea, under Kim Jong-un's leadership, has developed a formidable cyber warfare capability. This has allowed the regime to wage unconventional warfare, launch cyber attacks on foreign soil, and maintain a firm grip on the flow of information within its borders. Kim Jong-un's early fascination with technology, nurtured in Switzerland, would later play a significant role in his leadership. It shaped North Korea's approach to technology and information control, and underscored the strategic importance he placed on harnessing the power of technology to maintain control and project power. This is yet another testament to the lasting impact of his Swiss education, which offered him a glimpse into the potential of technology, a potential that he would later harness to serve his authoritarian rule. Continuing our exploration of Kim Jong-un's fascination with technology, we delve deeper into how it shapes his rule. As we've seen, Kim Jong-un's early exposure to technology in Switzerland grew into a strategic focus once he came into power. But how exactly does he use this tool? Firstly, technology plays a vital role in maintaining control over the North Korean population. By controlling the flow of information, Kim Jong-un keeps a firm grip on the narrative within his borders. The internet in North Korea, known as Kwangmyong, is a state-controlled intranet that only offers access to government-approved websites. This allows the regime to filter out any content that contradicts their narrative, effectively shaping the mindset of the population. Secondly, technology is a powerful tool for propaganda. The state-run television network, Korean Central Television, KCTV, broadcasts content praising the leader and glorifying the state. Meanwhile, the state-controlled news agency, Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, disseminates information that aligns with the government's narrative. This use of technology to control information is a testament to Kim Jong-un's strategic acumen. Finally, there's a paradox in Kim Jong-un's approach to technology. While he promotes technological advancement in areas like nuclear development and cyber warfare, he simultaneously restricts internet access to the outside world. This dichotomy reveals a leader who understands the power of technology, but also the threat it poses to his control. In conclusion, Kim Jong-un's approach to technology is a testament to his strategic acumen. He uses it as a tool to consolidate his rule while keeping the population in check. In the next scene, we will look at how he ascended to power and began to shape his unique style of dictatorship. Before we discuss Kim Jong-un's rise to power, let's delve even deeper into his fascination with technology and its role in his rule. There are two more areas where technology plays a critical role in North Korea: military advancements and surveillance. North Korea's missile technology has seen significant advancements under Kim Jong-un's rule. The country's military prowess, particularly its nuclear capabilities, has been a point of concern for the global community. This technological progress serves two purposes. First, it positions North Korea as a formidable military power, and second, it serves as a deterrent against potential threats. The missile tests, often conducted amidst international outcry, are a show of strength, reinforcing Kim Jong-un's image as a fearless leader. On the domestic front, technology is used for surveillance and monitoring of the North Korean population. A vast network of monitoring systems tracks citizens' activities, maintaining a constant state of surveillance. This is facilitated by a range of devices, from surveillance cameras to monitoring software installed on state-provided devices. This pervasive surveillance serves as a powerful tool for control, discouraging dissent and ensuring compliance with the state's directives. However, there's a paradox in Kim Jong-un's approach to technology. While he promotes technological advancement in areas like military and surveillance, he simultaneously restricts internet access to the outside world. This dichotomy reveals a leader who understands the power of technology, but also the threat it poses to his control. Kim Jong-un's approach to technology is a complex web of advancement and control, a testament to his strategic acumen. He uses it as a tool to consolidate his rule while keeping the population in check. In the next scene, we will look at how he ascended to power and began to shape his unique style of dictatorship. Following our deep dive into North Korea's military might and surveillance state, it's crucial to unravel the paradox of Kim Jong-un's rule. This paradox lies in the way he perceives and uses power, a tool to command respect and instill fear, but also a potential threat to his rule. The most visible manifestation of this is North Korea's military. Under Kim Jong-un, the nation's missile technology has seen dramatic advancements. The country's military prowess, particularly its nuclear capabilities, has become a point of global concern. This technological progress, however, serves a dual purpose. On one hand, it positions North Korea as a formidable military power, and on the other, it serves as a deterrent against potential threats. These missile tests, often conducted amidst international outcry, are a show of strength, reinforcing Kim Jong-un's image as a fearless leader. On the domestic front, Kim Jong-un has employed technology for surveillance and control of the North Korean population. A vast network of monitoring systems tracks citizens' activities, maintaining a constant state of surveillance. This is facilitated by a range of devices, from surveillance cameras to monitoring software installed on state-provided devices. However, while technology is harnessed for power and control, it is also viewed as a potential threat. Despite promoting technological advancement in the military and surveillance sectors, Kim Jong-un restricts internet access to the outside world. This dichotomy reveals a leader who understands the power of technology, but is also wary of the threat it poses to his control. The paradox of power in Kim Jong-un's rule is a testament to his strategic acumen. He cleverly uses technology to consolidate his rule, while keeping the population in check. As we move forward, we will look at how he ascended to power and began to shape his unique style of dictatorship. In 2011, an unprecedented shift occurred in North Korea's political landscape. Kim Jong-un, barely out of his 20s, ascended to power in a transition that was far from ordinary. The sudden and unexpected passing of his father, Kim Jong-il, created a power vacuum in the heart of the Hermit Kingdom. This unexpected transition catapulted Kim Jong-un into the limelight, a position that he had been prepared for over the years, but perhaps was not entirely ready to assume. The challenges facing the young Kim Jong-un were colossal. He was charged with the daunting task of maintaining the legacy of his father and grandfather, both revered figures in North Korea's history. Simultaneously, he had to prove his mettle as a potent leader. The weight of an entire nation abruptly rested on his inexperienced shoulders, thrusting him into a position of proving his worthiness of carrying it. The potential for chaos and division was high during this period. Still, Kim Jong-un navigated through these turbulent waters with surprising shrewdness and determination. To cement his power, he embarked on a strategic sweep of his government, taking out any potential rivals. High-ranking officials who could jeopardize his rule were ruthlessly eliminated, their future often shrouded in enigma and speculation. This was not a young leader who was hesitant to flex his muscles or stamp his authority. However, his strategy extended beyond merely eliminating threats. Kim Jong-un also sought to foster loyalty within his ranks. He championed a new generation of officials whose rapid ascent to power was directly attributable to him. Additionally, he masterfully harnessed the state's propaganda machinery to construct a cult of personality around him. He projected himself as a benevolent but powerful leader that further solidified his standing. Kim Jong-un's ascension signified a new epoch. His rule was more than a continuation of his father and grandfather's regimes. Instead, it bore his unique imprint of traditional North Korean ideologies, interwoven with his distinctive style of governance. Kim Jong-un emerged as a leader who broke norms and carved his path. His rule was characterized by an iron fist, strategic shrewdness, and an unwavering quest for power. With his firm grip on power, Kim Jong-un started shaping his unique style of dictatorship, demonstrating that he was not just a leader, but a game-changer. With unyielding power under his command, Kim Jong-un began to mold North Korea according to his vision. His rule is accentuated by a peculiar fusion of tradition and innovation, continuity and change. We are going to delve deeper into the pivotal policies and actions during his reign that have not only shaped North Korea, but also its dealings with the world. To start with, let's expand on international relations, where Kim Jong-un has exhibited a paradoxical approach. On one side of the coin, he has carried forward his father's legacy of nuclear brinkmanship, conducting a series of missile tests and boldly claims to have a nuclear button on his desk. This aggressive display of power has escalated tensions with many nations, the United States being at the forefront. However, the other side of the coin reveals a softer shade of Kim Jong-un. He has extended a hand of diplomacy, participating in groundbreaking summits with South Korea and the United States. It's this high-stakes act of aggression and diplomacy that has kept the world on its edge. Turning our attention to domestic policies, Kim Jong-un has aimed to modernize North Korea while sustaining firm control. He has launched economic reforms, promoting entrepreneurship and sanctioning some market activities. However, these alterations are counterbalanced by stringent regulations and surveillance, ensuring the regime's stronghold on the economy. His significant investments in science and technology, particularly in the military sector, is another reflection of his unique blend of liberalization and control. An urgent issue that needs to be addressed is human rights. There are numerous reports of human rights abuses in North Korea that are deeply disturbing. Despite these alarming stories, Kim Jong-un's regime steadfastly denies any misconduct. The country is infamous for its strict control over information, its employment of labor camps, and its brutal penalty for dissent. These actions have provoked international outrage, but they also act as pillars to uphold Kim's power within North Korea. Kim Jong-un's leadership style is indeed distinctive. He has skillfully blended elements of his father's and grandfather's rule with his innovations. His ability to adapt and change, to oscillate between being a traditionalist and a modernizer, a diplomat and a provocateur on the international stage, is laudable. Through all these, he has retained an iron grip on power, ensuring that North Korea remains one of the world's most secluded and controlled societies. One must keep in mind that while we can dissect and debate these policies, the reality for many North Koreans is much grimmer. The impacts of these policies touch the everyday lives of ordinary people, many of whom live under harsh conditions. This is the stark reality of Kim Jong-un's reign. Despite the international outcry, Kim Jong-un continues to be a powerful and enigmatic figure on the world stage. His reign stands as a testament to the intricacies of power, control, and survival in one of the world's most isolated nations. The narrative is still unfolding, with repercussions extending far beyond North Korea's borders. What exactly transpires in the intricate mind of a dictator? What are the driving forces for Kim Jong-un? Puzzling and complex, the brain of a dictator is akin to an enigma, a maze of numerous thoughts and critical decisions that mold an entire country. Particularly in the case of Kim Jong-un, his individual decisions and actions offer us a rare peek into his psyche, a psyche that has been honed several years of unrivaled authority and solitude. At the core of Kim Jong-un's mindset lies the primal instinct of survival. Born and nurtured in a system that puts power on a pedestal, his upbringing has fostered a mindset where self-preservation is the primary focus. It's a mindset where retaining control is paramount, an ideology that gets reflected in his leadership style. He seeks absolute dominance over North Korea, its copious resources and its citizenry. His actions echo his longing for authenticity and global respect. From his nuclear aspirations to his diplomatic tactics, Kim continuously strives to cement his position as a recognized world leader. This craving for recognition propels him to make audacious and occasionally heedless decisions. However, there's a flip side to this tale. His regime is also characterized by profound paranoia. The incessant purges and crackdowns on dissidents within his rule indicate a fear of losing control. This paranoia, when combined with the instinct for survival, creates an unstable amalgamation that influences his leadership style and his decision-making mechanism. But one must remember, this mindset is not static. It evolves with time and is shaped by circumstances. As Kim Jong-un maneuvers through the intricate geopolitical terrain, his mindset and motives may undergo a transformation, swayed by internal pressures, external threats, or personal ambitions. Power, survival, fear, and ambition create a complex interplay that molds his mindset. The upbringing of Kim Jong-un has a significant role in shaping his thinking pattern. A unique set of circumstances have shaped his mindset, a mindset that continues to undergo changes in response to the fluctuating dynamics of power and politics. We may never completely comprehend the psyche of Kim Jong-un, but it is evident that his unique mindset is what steers his rule and shapes North Korea. In conclusion, comprehending Kim Jong-un is a complicated endeavor. His early life, concealed in mystery, and his rapid ascension to power, characterized by tactical cunning and a rigorous control, have molded him into the puzzling persona he is today. We've explored the paradox of his rule, a fusion of contemporary advancements and dominion, punctuated by human rights violations and an unyielding chase of authority. We've seen a leader-driven survival, self-protection, and an aspiration for international validation. We've also noticed his rule to be marked by ingrained paranoia, resulting in continual purges and repressions of opposition within his regime. As we persist to observe North Korea under Kim Jong-un's governance, we can only wish for more openness and comprehension in the times to come. If you have any questions or suggestions for future topics, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We love hearing from you, and we're always looking for ways to improve. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe for more related videos like this. Like the video, which will help to motivate us, and share the video with friends and family.